This is the average size man. He's 5'10". I am 5'7", but today I'm gonna be 6 foot tall.
What the heck?
45% of men wish that they were taller. I've always been small. I'm the shortest person in my family. Even my little brother is taller than me, and I desperately need to know what would it be like to be tall. And since the internet says I have zero chance of growing any taller with my current age condition, it's time I look for new methods. My first and most obvious solution, leg lengthening surgery. It's a life-altering procedure, and it could be my golden ticket to becoming a giant amongst men.
There's no way. This guy literally grew 3 inches. What? How is nobody talking about this?
If this works, it's gonna surprise everyone that I know. Most importantly, a huge surprise for my wife. And while she's away for the weekend, I even booked myself a consultation with Dr. Mabubian, a man whose Instagram handle is literally height lengthening. So I'm gonna trust him. And that's when his assistant called me.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
Good, good.
She went on to explain that first, the doctor breaks your femur, the largest and most painful bone in the body to break. They then insert a metal rod into your leg.
So they break the bone and they implant this metal rod in the bone.
1 week later, you're given a machine that lengthens the bone by 1 millimeter a day.
So you hold it like on your thigh right here. It communicates with the magnet that's inside your leg.
After a month, you grow an entire 3 inches.
So you get like you actually grow like an entire 3 inches.
For 3 to 4 months, you have to walk with a walker, with crutches, or a wheelchair.
So you can't even walk for like the first 3 or 4 months?
After a year, you come back and we take out the rods. And that's when you can go back to like running and all that.
Okay, wow, okay. Dang, that's intense. Awesome. Thank you so much, Amanda. Have a good day. What? Actually break the... Holy freaking crap.
I can see why someone would want this surgery, because being tall has some serious advantages. 60% higher chance of being president, higher pay per inch. The air is actually fresher the higher up you are. Do I even need to go on? As tempting as bone-breaking surgery sounds, I wanted to find a temporary solution before committing to not being able to walk for an entire year. And while browsing the web, I kept getting the same pop-up advert. Want to be taller? I finally gave in, putting my antivirus software to the ultimate test, and I clicked the link. I couldn't believe my eyes. The most beautiful shoes I had ever seen. Adding this to my cart was like adding 6 inches to my legs.
These are height increasing shoes. I'm about to step my game up to a whole nother level. Am I still in shot? Dave, get over here.
What the heck? What are those? What are those?
These are my new shoes.
This is so weird.
It's actually really weird. I'm used to being like this. Hello,
Okay.
How are you?
I'm done.
With the NBA surely on the horizon and a fresh perspective on life, I could finally shop where I've always dreamed of shopping. The Long and Tall store. A place reserved for the big boys. And I'm without a doubt a big boy. These pants looked great on my newly found 6-foot frame. A literal perfect fit. I decided it was probably a good time to spread the word about these shoes. The feeling I got from wearing them was just too good not to share.
Check out these new shoes, Height Max.
Wow, they're cool.
I was 5'7" yesterday, I'm 6 foot now. Thinking about getting surgery next week. To make my legs longer. Won't be able to walk for like a year. Woke up 6 foot this morning. Okay. Tall boys for life, am I right?
I think in general, short people are fine. Some of them are a little antsy, but it's fine.
Yeah. Short people suck. I woke up 6 foot today.
Cool, man.
Yeah. Well, I was 5'7" yesterday, so it's better now.
Good.
Yeah. Have a good day.
People were mind blown by my height increase in just one day. And now that I'm tall, my dreams of being an NBA star were in sight. And that's where the sponsor of this video comes in, Skillshare. So while I practice my shooting technique, let me tell you a little bit about Skillshare.
Skillshare is an online community with thousands of inspiring classes for anyone who loves to learn and practice new skills.
Which is perfect because I clearly need some help on the court. To make sure that I would dominate on the court, I took this beginner's basketball course by Coach Anthony Reed, which taught me all the skills I need to become a basketball master.
Learning how to play basketball is just one of the thousands of things you can learn on Skillshare. And since 2022 is the new year of learning, connecting, and growing, the first 1,000 people to use the link in my description get a free trial.
And since Skillshare is the first sponsor on my channel, I already know that the Too Easy Army will show them some love. So far, I was loving being tall, and I had to bless someone close to me that I could share this feeling with. So I met with my friend Ryan at an undisclosed parking lot out the back of a local Chick-fil-A on San Antonio Street here in Austin.
What's good?
How's it going, man?
Good.
You're looking pretty tall, buddy.
I'm pretty tall.
I don't know if you're actually that tall.
I grew a few inches overnight, actually.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
And I
You're
thought,
an adult.
I have something for you.
And so I surprised Ryan with the best gift known to man. Height.
We can both be 6 foot together.
Bro, let's go.
Let's go.
Dude, you did it. You did it.
Seeing the look of pure joy on Ryan's face told me everything. Being tall is something special.
I literally
You are
feel
now-
like $1,000,000.
We're taller men now.
You guys aren't even that tall.
Not even, you're pretty short.
Holy smokes.
Look at how tall we are. We were seeing things we'd never even seen before.
Oh my gosh.
You can see everything up here.
Look at that. It's got a sunroof. Wow. I've never seen the roof of a car before. I understand why I got bullied now.
I was beginning to think that being tall really was a better way to live. I've been tall for 8 hours now, and I was addicted to my new height. So addicted, I was trying to make myself useful at every opportunity. I was beginning to wonder what it would be like to be this height forever. Height lengthening surgery is definitely on the cards. But if I was going to permanently make myself taller, I needed to learn what it's like from someone who's been tall their whole life. This is Macy. She's 6'10", a verifiable tall person. And she has all of the answers that I'm looking for.
Hi, I'm Isaiah.
And at this moment in time, I realized how thankful I am for these shoes because Macy is over a foot taller than I am. Macy was willing to give me all the pros and cons of being tall. She went on to tell me that being tall gave her an advantage for sports, which is clearly the only thing that held me back from my NBA dreams. But she also mentioned some disadvantages that I didn't even consider, like the fact that finding clothes is much more difficult.
You buy custom-made clothes then?
Yeah,
Wow.
it burns a hole in my wallet.
She told me her mom was in a Facebook group for tall people. I didn't even know those existed. Being tall was starting to sound financially unviable. I went on to ask her when she realized that she was tall.
I didn't notice, honestly.
Did you feel like people treated you differently?
Not really.
No?
And that surprised me. I definitely thought that people would be treating me differently if I was taller.
Unless you made it a big deal.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Macy ultimately made me realize that I'm clearly making this a bigger deal than it needs to be. I decided, it's time to come clean about my shoes.
Height increasing shoes, which
I didn't even know.
If Macy didn't even notice, I began to question why was I even wearing these in the first place? And although my opinion about permanently becoming taller was shifting, the reaction I was most nervous about was my wife. We've been married for 7 years, and I've clearly been short this entire time. And this is the biggest shock yet. Well, that is other than quitting my day job and making videos for strangers online.
Karen, I got something to show you.
What?
Do I seem any different to you at all?
Did I get shorter?
You got shorter. Wow,
Wait,
you're
what
so
the
much,
heck?
you're so much
What is
shorter.
happening?
I got some new shoes.
Those are hideous.
Hideous. Karen, this is my new life. You go on and on about how short I am. I'm taller now.
Those are high heels.
They're not. These are shoes.
You could have just bought high heels.
She was right. I could have just bought high heels. And honestly, it would have saved me a lot of time. For me, I don't need the surgery. I guess this is what happens when Karin leaves me home alone. Changing yourself seems like it's gonna fix all your problems, but we all have problems. It doesn't matter if you're short, you're tall, you have hair, or you don't, which is also, ironically, just like me. Just be yourself. The people around you will love you for who you are.